Hello guys and welcome to Cooking with NAAZ. Today I will be making Bolani, which is a Afghani dish, a dough dish. What I will be using is flour, I've got some salt as well, and yeast that I will be adding on to this as well. So as you guys can see, I've got the strong white bread flour here. I've just showed you guys the salt I'll be using, and I've got bread yeast. So 1 packet of yeast is what I am going to be using. It is 7 grams. I will be using this. I'll be putting this in a little bowl, and I will be adding a little bit of hot water onto this and mix it thoroughly. So as you guys can see, I've got my flour here. I've put a whole bag in there. I will be adding some table salt onto this. There you go, guys. And on top of this, I will be adding my mixture of yeast and some hot water and mix it thoroughly. So after mixing all of it, this is what you will be getting, lovelies. Beautiful dough that is, all mixed thoroughly. There's no flour left, nothing left. I will be covering the top of this with some foil. There we go. And I will leave this for about 2 hours. Make sure it's nice and warm wherever you leave it. So let's get to the filling of the bolognese. So what I will be using is leeks. That's one of my fillings. I'll also be using some pumpkin. That is my favourite filling. I've got some fresh coriander, and not to forget potato filling as well. So I've got 3 fillings, guys. You should try all of them and see which one you like. So I've got your leeks over here. I've cutted them all. Obviously, it's not been washed yet. Well, they have been washed, but not thoroughly. Once I have cutted the leeks, I will wash them and leave them in some water. There we go. My beautiful pumpkin that I will be using. Some coriander. That will give a really nice taste as well. And my potatoes. There we go. So what I will start off with is the potato, because they will probably take the longest. What I will have to do is I will have to boil my potatoes first. So we will start off with putting the potatoes all in a big pan. There we go. Add some boiling water to this and leave it, and make sure it gets nice and soft. So what you will need is boiled potatoes. Once I've added the water into the pan, I will close the lid of it, and I will get to my leeks in the meantime. So my leeks are all cutted up. There we go. Nice small pieces that I will be using. Try to get it as small as you can, guys, so it will taste better. There you go. I've got some over here. In a big bowl, I will be adding some water into this and leave it, and make sure you mix it as well so all the dirt will get off it. You can wash it and rinse it a couple of times, guys. Don't do it just 1 or 2 times. Make sure you do a good few times. So in the meantime, our potatoes are all boiled. I will be peeling the skin off and I will mash them all up. Make sure not to burn yourself, guys, because the potatoes are quite hot. I nearly burned myself, so make sure you do not burn yourself. There you go. That is my leeks, nice and washed as well. So I've got the potatoes just next to the leeks, guys. Make sure to mash it up as well. Here we've got my beautiful, beautiful pumpkin. What I will be doing is cut it in little pieces and use it with my hand mixer. There you go, guys. So what I've done here is I've cut the pumpkin and I've put it in my hand mixer. Obviously I've done really tiny pieces, and I will be mixing this with my hand to get even more smaller pieces. I will show you guys in a second. There you go. This is what I will be needing. Obviously, because I do not boil the pumpkin and I use fresh pumpkin, try to get it as small as possible so it don't taste raw. So after a while doing all of that, this is what you will be ending up with: small tiny pieces which does not taste raw at all. So what I will be doing now is I will fry some onions. There we go. I will fry them on low heat. Make sure they get soft and not too brown or black burned. So make sure to keep on mixing them up so you won't get no burnt pieces. As you can see, my potato is all mashed up. I've got my pumpkin just next to it and my washed leeks as well. So I will be adding some salt to my potatoes. Some salt to the pumpkin as well. And some salt to my leeks. There you go. I've still got the onions here frying up. As I said earlier, make sure they get soft and not too overcooked. So as you guys can see, I've got some sunflower oil over here. I will be adding this into my leeks and mix them. There you go. I've got the onions nice and fried now. They should be ready to be added into my potatoes and my pumpkin. So here we go, guys. As you can see, I've added the onions to the pumpkin and the potatoes as well. I will be mixing those all nicely. The onions will give a really nice taste to the potatoes, but also the pumpkin. So that's why we will be adding those into it. I will be adding some black peppers to my pumpkin and also my potatoes. There we go. As you guys remember, I had some fresh coriander earlier in the video. I will be cutting those up as well now. Make sure that your coriander is nice and washed. There we go. As small as you can get, guys. Add this onto your potatoes, and it's finally time to mix them all up. There we go. That's one filling. I've got the potato, onions and coriander filling over here. I've got the leeks on its own with salt and oil, and I've got the pumpkin with onions. Over 2 hours, wait, this is what your dough will be like. Nice and risen, perfect. I'll make little dough balls of this, so I'll be peeling little tiny balls out of this and put them on the tray. There we go, guys. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost count. So many balls of dough here, all ready to be cooked up. So what you'll have to do is make sure you use a lot of flour underneath the balls. Flatten the dough. I will show you guys in a second. There you go. So this is your dough. Flat it up as much as you can, but make sure it stays round. We need it round. There we go. So once it is nice and round, I will be adding the fillings into this. I will be starting off with leeks. There we go. So add a few spoons leeks to this. Make sure you keep it on one side, because we will be lifting up the other side of the dough on top of this one. I will show you guys in a second. Make sure to flatten up the filling as well, because obviously you do not want big bulks of fillings, which doesn't taste nice at all. There you go. That should be enough fillings for this one. So as I said earlier, guys, we will be using half the side of the dough, as I will be putting the other side that I haven't used on top of this one. There we go. So this is what it will have to look like. There we go. You'll put the other side on top of it, close the roundings, and it's time to fry. There you go. Little bit of oil, not too much, because you do not want them to be too oily. Little heat, and keep on stirring them up and down. Make sure to check the underneath to make sure it's not too overcooked, and once you think it's nice and golden, turn the other side into the pan. There we go. Nice and golden. I will be turning this around. There you go. So just make sure there's always oil in your pan, and keep on mixing them up and down. So I will be doing exactly the same thing with the other two fillings, guys. There you go. I've got my dough again, nice and flattened up. I will be adding my pumpkin filling onto this. As I said earlier, one side of the dough, put the other side on top of it, and it's time to fry again. Add the top of the dough onto this. There we go. Make sure, guys, to seal the roundings as well with your fingertips, okay? You do not want the filling to come out on your oil. It will splatter everywhere. There we go. Both sides nice and golden. Time to take this one off. I will be putting those on a tray and add some paper tissues on top of it to make sure all the oil will get sucked up. And guys, you will have to do exactly the same thing for your boiled potatoes. Just make sure your pan has got enough oil in there as well, guys. There we go. Got the potatoes, onions, and coriander. Is one of my favourite ones as well. Sometimes I do add a bit of spice to this, but this time I did not want no spice. There you go. Look at that, guys. That looks amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Nice golden brown. I will be having this with some chutney. There you go. I might make a video of how to make the chutneys. If you do want to see it, guys, just drop me a message. Add some yogurt, natural yogurt to this as well. Dip it in there and enjoy your meal, guys. I hope you guys loved the video. Just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. If there's anything else you guys want me to make, just drop me a message. And I hope you guys will enjoy this. Look at it, amazing. You can always make this and eat it the next day as well as a little snack. Anyways, guys, I have to go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as I would say, I will see you guys later.